Well, good morning, guys, and today is quite an early video for me, but it's kind of the best time to illustrate a point that I'm going to make. It's about 16 degrees out this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and let this thing finish its buzzing. Alright, so the main point, I'm going to make it really quick because I got to get going to school here in a second, but everybody says you don't have to let your car warm up. It's a myth and you don't have to do it. And I agree on some of the newer cars. You don't have to let it warm up for like a full 5 to 10 minutes. I'm doing this on this truck. It's 16 degrees out and it's a carburetor with the choke. Let me illustrate something to you on this point though. Yes, the oil will reach the top of the engine quicker with these 0W20s and whatever. It is 16 degrees out, say 18. Which means with this truck I have a 10W30 weight in it. So that means at 10 degrees the oil will act as a 30 weight oil. So if it was 5 degrees it's going to act thicker. But it is 18 degrees out. And let me show you what the oil pressure does when I start it. Eventually it'll catch and start going up slowly. My point is that it's going to read about almost 80 psi on the oil pressure. When it warms up, it's going to read about 20-30 psi. So yes, it is only, sorry, this is really loud. Plate. But yes, technically now I can drive it because I'm reading full oil pressure, which means that the top of the engine has oil. But what people don't realize is that until that oil warms up, it's going to be thicker. And I don't care what kind of, this is like brand new oil in this truck, maybe 500-600 miles on it. You need to warm it up more than 30 seconds. This oil will take about 20 minutes just to reach full oil temperature. Now obviously you can't let it warm up for 20 minutes. But the oil is thicker and you need to let it warm up to warm the oil up a little bit better, or a little warmer, so that it will go through the engine much better, which is why my oil pressure is so high. My oil pressure is high because the oil is thick, and also the RPMs are raised, but mostly because the oil is thick. So people say you don't have to warm it up. I disagree. I say let it warm up for 3 or 4 minutes. Let that oil pressure go down, and this is the best way I can illustrate it. Because on the Tacoma and the Corolla and the Highlander, it just has an oil light. So when the oil pressure builds up, that oil light will turn off. But what people aren't realizing is that the oil pressure is really high because the oil is so thick, because the engine's cold. So I have disagreements about this oil rating, because if it's saying at 10 degrees it's going to act like a 30 weight, then being 16 degrees right now is above that 10 degree mark. It should be only 30 on the pressure gauge. So the fact that it's reading now, it's reading over 80. So let your car warm up for 3 minutes. It's not going to kill you. I know there's people saying, oh, just get in there, give it 30 seconds. Yeah, it gets to the top of the engine within 30 seconds. I understand that. And if you really want to, go for it. I'm not telling you you can't. But the oil is going to be a lot thicker than when you let it warm up. Is this, I always let them warm up for 5. This one I let warm up for 6 minutes. So before this gets any longer, it's my personal opinion you should let your car warm up for at least 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and let the oil thin up just a little bit, because your engine was designed to run this one at 30 weight. So right now I can guarantee you it's thicker than 30 weight right now, and so it's probably not that good for the engine. So my personal opinion, let it warm up for a couple minutes. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a nice day.